Reborn challenge. The best thing I've ever created so far. And I am so excited to share and answer any questions you might have about this experience. So, Reborn challenge is not even a challenge, it's a portal to guide you from a place where you tolerate, where you suffer, where you feel stuck, where you feel suffocated, where you feel depleted, where you constantly feel like you're running in circles, and guide you from what it is that you don't like and what it is that doesn't work about you and how you experience yourself through the breach into the woman who you truly are and that yearning that you feel in your heart. Because any type of excuses, I can't, it's not now, I need to do more healing, I need to get a partner first, I need to make more money, I need to own a house, I need to have kids, or whatever it is, all of that is a lie. Any type of excuses that you tell to yourself that you cannot feel great about you or you cannot be in your feminine, all of that is a lie. It is an illusion, and we're going to actually address it in the challenge. Because all that mental noise and self-judgment, it's actually what constantly keeping you waiting and chasing the life that you've been saying for years that you want to live. Very often in my work, I hear a question that women have. How can I be more feminine? And what it is that I need to do. And it's a paradox because you don't need to do anything, but you need to master you. You need to master your feminine heart. You need to master feeling yourself. And the key, feeling yourself without judgment. It's a major, nobody talks about it. But on my personal journey that I've been on for 20 years and working with hundreds of people and being a coach of the 90-day relationship experiment, where I met hundreds of people struggling in relationships and navigating what it is that they need to do to be better. Do you know what number one thing that actually prevents you from living the relationship and the life you desire is judgment. And our brain on autopilot judges everything 24/7, viciously judging you, what you are, what you aren't, what you need more of, and viciously judging people around you, people in your life, every single person you meet, there is a judgment. So without actually taming your judgment and without knowing how to diffuse and deflate your judgment, you cannot move forward. No amount of healing, no amount of fancy gurus and retreats will not get you there if your foundation and what you say to yourself every single day is poisoned through judgment and it's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. I need more. There's another paradox about the feminine that you is a mirror for the life that exists around you. So if you're constantly feeling let down, upset, hurt, disappointed, you're going to attract more of those things. So the only thing that you need to do is to change your state, but you don't change your state by doing, you change your state through feeling, through being open, through dropping your guard, through softening, through naming your truth, no matter how uncomfortable and inconvenient that truth is. That is the secret. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing in this reborn challenge, which is a portal. I timed it. So we're starting the challenge on July 24, which is the end of the year according to Mayan calendar. And they were masters of time. They knew the cosmic and the earth cycles. And I don't know about you, July always felt like extremely turbulent months. Something that I didn't want it to see, didn't want it to address, didn't want it to deal with would always be like thrown into my face in July. And I never could understand why, like why the energy of July feels like so turbulent. Because it's the end of the year. Cosmic, energetic. This is what our Earth is going through. And it makes sense that things that you need to take ownership for is like sending you those messages. Of course, you have a choice not to, which I've been doing for many, many years, but not anymore. So we're timing it with Mayan calendar. And July 25th, it's day in between. And July 26th, it's the beginning of a new year, which supports a lot of very potent, creative, mystical, magical energies. So the big part of our challenge, we actually will be working with and looking at the foundations of our creativity and exploring the energy of anticipation, exploring pleasure, exploring sex magic, exploring existential kink, exploring and learning how to feel and how to feel safe in whatever it is that I'm experiencing. Because your ability to feel, your capacity to feel as a woman is your key to living the life that every woman in every single coaching session I have was talking about. You have the key. It's in your state. And I struggled from what I call, um, I forgot how I call it. But I struggled with this experience of unhappiness. Like I couldn't ever feel joy of life, no matter what I achieve, no matter where I move. Chronic unhappiness, I remembered. So I call it that I struggle with chronic unhappiness. But I actually think it's so common for many, many people struggle with this experience of life is missing something. And you know what? The only thing that life is missing is that your judgment tells you that life is missing something. And that's why you see everything through those lenses. So if you want to be in your feminine, if you want to be a feminine woman, which means what? Because each of us will have a different definition what that is. Does it mean that when you feminine, people respond to you? Does it mean that when you feminine, you get the relationship that you want? Does it mean that when you feminine, you feel good about yourself? What does that? There's a lot to actually peel the layers, and we're going to be talking about that in one of our group coaching calls. That is part of the challenge. But all of that is how you feel about yourself. Who's in charge of that? You. Who's in charge of how you feel about yourself? So why not fall deeply and madly in love with the beauty and magic of you? Why not feel that life is enough and so tasty and so juicy right now? Why not look at your hunger and longing through the lenses of passion and how much passion you have? Why not say unapologetically, fuck it, I'm gonna play full on. I am not afraid to lose because I came here to win. So no matter what's gonna happen, it's gonna be in my favor. And that's the energy. That's the energy that each of us have access to. And when I say energy, it's experience. It's a deep inner experience that you feel fully in every cell of your body. And if you're listening to all of this, and right now you have thoughts, I don't have time, because I'll tell you, you would need 1 hour at least every day to dedicate to yourself. It's not about the exercise. I actually don't care. Are you going to do the exercise fully or are you going to do the exercise right? But what I want is you dedicating, owning, claiming 1 hour where you're going to sit with yourself, explore yourself, listen to yourself, attending to yourself. That must change and transform for every woman because that will rewire how you carry yourself and that will rewire that energetic vibration that you send to the world and to the man. They're going to stop treating you as annoying, inconvenient, or somebody that they can push on their schedule and their agenda. It's going to end because you viciously own the time for you. So anybody who doesn't have time for you will not be even near you. They will not be able to be attracted into your world. So if you have those thoughts that you don't have time or that you don't have money, there's different tiers to join. There's a super simple way to join where you can get access to all the voice notes, and then you're going to be doing all the practices on your own. If you want more coaching, if you want more accountability, if you want to be in this energy of sisterhood and inspire and support each other, then take the next tier where you get all the coaching calls. But like the whole thing about this challenge, it's not about what I will give you. It's about what you will take, what you will unapologetically take for yourself. And it starts with you having time for yourself. It starts with you saying that I am worthy of my own resources. There's no way you do not have money for yourself. It's just the biggest illusion. Same as time. You have resources and you have money. The bigger question is, where are you giving those resources or who are you giving those resources to? And why are you keep doing it? Because the brutalest truth for a woman, if you're not comfortable in your own skin, how the hell do you think you're going to attract the love or sustain the relationship where you are loved by somebody else? They just think of the request. I'm uncomfortable with myself. I'm afraid of my desires. I'm afraid of my anxiety. I'm afraid of all the negative things I think about myself. And that's why I want to find somebody who gonna love me and constantly gonna reassuring me how great I am. And I'm gonna be feeding from their reassurance. And that's how I'm gonna be whole. Like just think of that. And that's why as women we struggle. That's why as women we suffer because we don't realize how valuable and incredible and magnetic and unique and powerful and again valuable and valuable and valuable and priceless we are. And we're hoping that relationship or money or any kind of achievement will finally shut that judgment voice within our head, where that voice will finally say, you know what? Okay, fine. Today you're enough. But it's not going to happen because that voice is actually like a parasite, right? Like that voice actually constantly eats you, eats you, eats you, right? Like your mind eats itself. That's why we need to work with our mind. We need to hear our thoughts. And the positive psychology practice that I'm going to teach you how you can target and diffuse your judgment would be a game changer. And that's something that you have to do. That is the practice that you have to do. But by doing that practice, you will access your ability to feel, your ability to feel, maybe for the first time in decades, how great you and your life is. So please, if you have any questions, ask. And I'm so excited to welcome you into the space that will shift your life once and for all. Once you cross that bridge, you will never go back.